Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Sandy Toe Tarot. My name is Laura and I'm going to do another pick a card reading today. This one was requested by one of my subscribers. So the pick a card for today will be the future of this connection. So as far as this pick a card reading, I do want to remind everybody that a tarot reading is a snapshot in time. So anytime that you're talking about what is the future of something, that is fluid. So that means when you do a tarot reading, you're basically looking at if things continue as they are right now, this is a likely outcome. So you have free will, as do we all. So that means just, you can make a different decision at any time. Just by nature of getting a tarot card reading, that can change your destiny, because you might hear something in that reading and say, oh, that's not really the direction I wanted to go in. I want to do this. So that changes the outcome of that reading. So I just wanted to be sure that everybody knows when you do any kind of what's coming up or what is the future of anything, it is a likely outcome, and it's also a snapshot in time. If things continue as they are right now, this is a likely outcome. So please do not think that this or any tarot reading is set in stone. You always have free will. You can always make different decisions and change your life at any time, which is great. That's the great fun of it, right? So I'm gonna have 3 piles laid down here, and I will let you have a moment to choose whichever pile is speaking to you for the pick a card reading, which this week is, what is the future of this connection? So welcome back, you guys. So here are the 3 piles that I have for you to choose from for this pick a card reading, which is what is the future of this connection. This is pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. On pile 1, I have an Aqua quartz. It's just a pretty blue quartz. On pile 2, I have a malachite. And on pile 3, I have an amazonite. And just in case you're wondering, I did not visually choose these crystals. I have a bag of crystals, and I just shook them all up and randomly pulled these out, and this is what came out. So you don't have to choose your pile based on the crystals. You can choose the piles however you would like, but I would suggest that as you're calming your mind a little bit with deep breaths or whatever you want to do to just kind of decompress, kind of be at ease about the pile that you choose, please do have in mind the person that you are asking about. Go ahead and choose the pile that's speaking to you. You can pause the video if you like to. And as always, I'll put the timestamps in the description box below so that you will know when your reading starts. All right, so if you chose pile 1 with the Aqua quartz on it, isn't that pretty? So these are going to be your messages for the pick a card reading. What is the future of this connection? The Aqua quartz releases negative energy, promotes wealth, and encourages angel communication. So that's kind of cool. In case you're interested in that. I always tell what the crystals mean, just in case people want to get one and put it around their neck or whatever. Or carry it in their purse or their pocket. Okay, so the first card that we have is from the Sacred Traveler Oracle deck. Grace and gratitude. Through gratitude, joy expands. So these 2 herbal tarot cards are advice from Spirit, so we'll hold off on that for a little bit. The Rider-Waite cards that we have the 2 of Swords. We have the Moon. And we have the Six of Wands. So let's start with this grace and gratitude. Through gratitude, joy expands. This card to me is just a gentle reminder. I just truly believe that the secret to happiness in life in general is just having gratitude, being grateful for all of the things that you have, big and small. So this card can kind of say, you know, yeah, there might be some obstacles in your way right now. There might be some things that aren't going exactly as you would like them to go. But if you focus on all of the things that you're grateful for in your life, it expands the joy in your life, and then the negativity kind of falls away. So to me, it's just a general reminder that if you want joy in your life, practice gratitude. So the first card we have here is the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords is a decision. It is a decision that this particular person, I think it's a woman, does not want to face. If you notice there, she has blindfolds on. She's not necessarily too excited about either one. She does have a decision to make. She's not crazy about either one of the options that she has. So she thinks she's going to sit on this bank, put her blindfolds on, and then just ignore it, and it'll go away. But what this card is saying is you can't hold out forever. You're going to eventually have to make a decision. And incidentally, not making a decision is making a decision sometimes. So you might want to think about that. The Moon card is the card of Pisces in the Major Arcana, but it is also a card of, if you notice, there's a pathway here that is lit only by a really bright moon. So there, you're following this pathway, and there is some illumination, but it's not completely illuminated. Well, I do not remember where I was, so I'm going to start here. I think I got to the Moon card, so let me talk about this again. All right, so sorry about the interruption, by the way. Okay, so the Moon card is like when you are heading down a path. It's not very clear. It's not very well illuminated. Not like it would be if the sun were out, but there is a full moon, so it's illuminated a little bit. You can see a little bit, but you can't see the whole path. But the moon shows up in your reading when you're at a point where you need to use your instincts to make a decision. You need to use your instincts to move forward because you're not going to see the whole picture. Now, the moon is the card of Pisces in the Major Arcana card. So it might be that this connection that you have is a Pisces person, or it could just be a water sign. And the water signs are Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. But the moon, there's so many levels on these cards to talk about. So you kind of have to decide, you know, what's going on in the reading. You kind of have to look at it from a total perspective to see if there might be another meaning that is connected to the cards. So the Moon card can also be some deception, some secrecy, things that are hidden, just not being able to see the whole picture. So the last Rider-Waite card that we have here is the Six of Wands. So the Six of Wands is very much a victorious card. It is winning the battle. If you imagine this guy riding into the city after a long battle, he is victorious, he has won, he is ready to celebrate. So this reading is a pick a card about what is the future of this connection. But I tell you what I think is going on here is there is a couple. There are a couple of connections. I think you might be weighing a decision or not wanting to weigh a decision between two different people. I think there's some competition going on. And it's kind of almost more implied here than it is that you can see it in the cards. But I think there are a couple people that are competing for your affections. So here, the moon, in this case, I think, indicates that there's a lot going on beneath the surface that you don't know about. There's some secrecy here, and maybe that's why you are having trouble deciding, or maybe that's why you don't want to make this decision. Maybe that's why you want to put off making this decision, because you just feel like there are some things going on beneath the surface that don't feel right, that you can't kind of get a handle on. You think you know what's going on, but maybe you don't know what's going on. But I do think that there are two people that are vying for your attention. This card, it's like I said, there's almost like a card missing here that talks about the competition. The two kind of does talk about a decision, but I do think that the two people are in competition for you, for your affection. Because this card is the card of victory, like this person is the winner. It's probably, I'm going to say, because it's wands, I'm going to say it's a fire sign. Fire signs are Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. And if it's not one of those signs, it is a person that kind of embodies the fire signs, that, you know, kind of has that personality. So fire signs are very passionate. They're very enthusiastic. They're very interesting people. They always have really good stories because they experience the world fully. They're full of adventures. They're not as good with finances. They're not as good mentally. They're doers. They're action-oriented people. But I think we might pull some people cards here to see if we can figure out, first of all, who the winner is. They're definitely vying for your attention. There's some things that you don't know. There's some secrecy going on with probably one of them or both of them. There's some secrecy going on here. You can't see everything. You're going to have to make this decision with your instincts, is what I think. One of them's going to win. But you're kind of holding out on that. You're kind of holding out on this decision. You kind of don't want to, you just want it to go away. You don't want to have to choose. So let's look at these advice cards and see if we can figure out anything else. So we got the suspended person. This is the Herbal Tarot deck. In the Rider-Waite deck, it would be the Hanged Man. Same thing, suspended person. And we got the Nine of Cups. So the suspended person, you get this card when, first of all, when it's time to just stop, to take a time out from the action. Things feel like they're in suspended animation. Nothing's moving forward. But the message of this card is the timeout is on purpose. I mean, you can get down from this. This guy could get down. He's hanging upside down. He could get down from there anytime that he wanted to. It kind of goes along with this one, right? Not wanting to make a decision. But this is on purpose. It is also represents looking at things from a different perspective. This timeout is so that you can turn this upside down and look at it from a different perspective. And through doing that, you're going to figure out which one of the charming people, man, woman, young, old, I don't know. I don't have any indication of anything. The only indication it might be that it's a Pisces. But by looking at things from a different perspective, you're going to be able to figure out which one of these is your wish. Because the Nine of Cups cups are emotions and love, right? The Nine of Cups represents wish fulfillment. That whatever it is that you desire, you will win. You get it. It's absolute wish fulfillment, and especially when it comes to love. So, yeah, this is a bit of a decision here. You're gonna have to decide. Take the blinders off. Take the blindfolds off. Look at things from a different perspective. Go deep. Dig up all the hidden things. Dig up all the secrecy. Figure out what's going on there. And it might just be you're just in a situation where you're just getting to know two people. So there is going to be a lot underneath the surface. This is saying, figure that out first. Go deep until you make a decision, before you make a decision on either one of those people. Because what do you wish for? What do you want? What do you desire? That's what you need to get really clear about. What do you want? Which one of these guys do you want to win, or gals do you want to win? Because one of them's going to win. That's what this card says. One of them's going to win. Okay, so I do have some people cards here, and we'll see if we can get some Please keep in mind this is very general, so this is not going to be for everybody, but I do have like the cards to represent all the 12 zodiac signs, so we might get a little bit of a clue as to, first of all, who the two people are, and which one you might want to lean towards. So first, if we can get a clarifier for the options that we have here. Okay, we got two cards here. All right, Queen of Wands and the King of Pentacles. Okay, so the Queen of Wands is the card of Leo. Leos are fire signs, is a fire sign, and fire signs are passionate, enthusiastic, and interesting. So if it is not a Leo, it's just someone that has those character traits. They're very enthusiastic, action-oriented, passionate, adventurous, that kind of person. So if it's not that person, or the other person, possibility is the Gemini. This is the card for Gemini. Gemini is an air sign, and other air signs are Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Those are the air signs. But air signs are very intelligent, they're very communicative, and they're idealistic. So they have great ideas, very mental, very in their head, and very good at communicating. So those might be, and again, this is very general, so you might be dealing with a Gemini-Leo decision between those two people, or you might be dealing with two people. One is fiery and action-oriented, and one is mental and communicative. And you have to make a decision between those two. But I think you will make a decision. One of these people is winning. You decide. What do you want? What is your wish? Because whichever one you want, you can have. All right, so that's what I have for pile 1. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Please do put a comment down below if you think this pertains to you or you have any thoughts on this. Thank you for watching this video, and have a great day. Namaste. Okay, if you chose pile 2, these are going to be your messages for this pick a card reading. What is the future of this connection? On this pile 2, I have a Malachite. And a Malachite is for healing, peace, balance, wisdom, comfort, and good fortune. So the first card we have here is the Sacred Traveler Oracle card, and your card is Vast Vistas, Expand Your Horizons. The Herbal Tarot cards are advice from Spirit, so we'll hold off on those for a little bit. For the Rider-Waite cards and just the general energies around this question, what is the future of this connection? We have the Tower. We have the Queen of Cups. Oh, we have the Knight of Cups. And we have the Wheel of Fortune. You guys got 4 cards for the Rider-Waite, from the Rider-Waite deck in this one. So the Vast Vistas, Expand Your Horizons, I think kind of speaks for itself. This card comes up whenever you've maybe been in a little bit of a rut. Things have been a bit stuck. You go to the same places all the time. You see the same people all the time. Since we're talking about connections, it can be sometimes this, think about like if you live in a small town. There are only so many people in small towns. And so let's say you're a single person. That's kind of rough if you know all the single people in that town and you're not interested in any of them. So what this card is saying, I'm not saying that's happening for you. I'm using that as an example. So as an example, in that case, like if you live in a small town and there aren't very many options for people to date, expand your horizons means get out of that town, go to the neighboring town, go to the nearest big city, and take a look around there, or get online and look for people from another area. Start expanding your horizons when it comes to the people that are in your life. Well, this is quite a reading here. Okay, so we have the Tower card, and the Tower card is it's a flash of change. It's sudden change. Something has changed in your life drastically, and it has changed quickly. If you notice, the Tower is crumbling. It's being struck by lightning. It is coming down. People in the Tower are falling out of the Tower because it is crumbling, or they have chosen to jump because the Tower is crumbling. The reason it's crumbling is because the foundation was not good. So these sudden changes, these super flashes of changes, huge changes, sweeping changes that come into your life like this, unexpectedly, like a flash, like a bolt of lightning, those happen because they're supposed to happen. Because whatever you were involved in, whatever was happening was not, although it's kind of concrete, right? It's kind of built sturdy, but the foundation wasn't good. So whatever that was that blew up in your face, that's what I always say about it. When I'm going in one direction and it just blows up in my face, and that's how I know that was not meant for me. I've said it before. I can be a little bit stubborn, so I think that's why this happens to me more than it does to most people, because I think I can make anything work. Okay, check this out, you guys. All right, so we have the Queen of Cups here. The Queen of Cups is the card of Scorpio. It is also the card of an older woman. A Scorpio is a water sign, by the way, and water signs are kind of mysterious. They're emotional. There's a lot going on beneath the surface that you don't see with water signs. They're very observant, but they're not afraid of emotions. But this is like a woman who is very much leads with her heart, which is just beautiful to see sometimes. I'm an Aquarius, so I do not do that. I lead with my head, which I'm not saying is better. I'm certainly not saying that, because that gets me in trouble sometimes too. This woman, her emotions get her in trouble a little bit, but the fact that she leads with her heart is so beautiful to see. Children love this woman because she's just so open. She's very loving, very giving person. So that's this person right here. If it's not a Scorpio, it's just a woman who is very loving and wears her emotions on her sleeve. Here we have the Knight of Cups, and knights are always bringing things into your life through the physical. So this is something coming into your life, and what the cups are emotions and love. So this knight is bringing love into your life. And the last card that we have here is the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune can mean fortune. It can mean money, you know, like you win something or something like that. But generally, it just means the wheel is always turning, right? That, you know, everything is cyclical in our lives. Nothing ends unless something else begins. But this is saying the Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor. So fortune is shining upon you when it comes to this connection here. Which may not be the one you're in right now. I'm just going to put that out there. So this is a reading about what is the future of this connection. And it does look like, to me, that the future might be... It blows up in your face. I hate to say that, but that's kind of what these cards are saying, because this card also says expand your horizons. I feel like this is this person, that this is gonna go away. This Scorpio person, or this very loving person, or very emotional person, that's gonna go away. I don't know any other way to say it, because this knight, if you notice, is he's looking this way. He's looking for the wheel to turn. He's looking for a cycle to turn, and the Wheel of Fortune to turn in our favor, for this guy to come in, for this love to come in. And it comes in after you expand your horizons. It comes in from out here. When you go, I don't want to say go out looking for someone else. I think love relationships come to you when they're supposed to. I'm just saying, expand your horizons in your circle of friends and the people that you know. And when you do that, the wheel turns forward in your favor, and in comes this person to offer you love. So let's just look at these advice cards and see if they're saying what they're saying. Okay, so advice from Spirit, we got the Star card, and we have the Hermit card. So the Hermit is a card of going within to find the answers. The Hermit is what naturally kind of happens sometimes after this. After something big like this happens. And I think I've used this example before for the Tower. But one time, a long time ago, I was engaged to be married. And about a week before the wedding, he called it off. That's what you call a Tower moment. That's something that just blows up in your face. And at the time, you think, oh man, I don't know. I was crushed. At the time, I thought, I don't know if I'm going to get past this. This is big. You know, it was really brutal for a bit. And when I was healing from that, I had to go within. I had to retreat from the world, and I had to go within to just to find my light again, right? Just to find my light again. Before I could go back out into the world and share my light with anybody else, I had to find it from within. So this being advice from Spirit to me, like I said, comes after this. You will take some time out to go within, to find the answers, to find out what it is that you're actually looking for in a love relationship. And the other card of advice that we got was the Star. And the Star is the card of hope. It is absolutely a card of, it's a very positive card. You will get your wish. This love will come into you. And that's what you need to remember. You can hang your hat on that, right? Things will change. Things will get better. This love is coming for you. But you will have to get past this first. And the Star also says, it's for people like if they have like a special talent or something. So this card might be saying that you would do well to focus on that special talent. And through that special talent, you might broaden your horizons and meet new people. It expands your life. So through that process of finding yourself, finding your special talents, finding what is amazing about you, the hope returns into your life. And then in comes this great love affair, this young man who is offering love to you. And it's a fortunate love. It's a good love. You win. The wheel of fortune will have turned in your favor. Once you go within and find your star, find your beauty and your star. Find what you share with the world, what special talent that you have to share with the world. So just for fun, on this one over here, I'm going to look at the people cards and see if we can find out who this might be. So for this amazing relationship, who could this be? Who are we looking at here? Okay. There are several cards, so it's going to be probably different for each of you. I just realized this too. This is the card of Aquarius, and so is this. So Aquarius is an air sign, and air signs are intelligent, communicative, and idealistic. We got the King of Wands, which is a fire sign that can be, the King of Wands is Aries to me, but if it is a fire sign, it's Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. And the fire signs are really passionate and enthusiastic and interesting people. Look at this. You got the, okay, Got the King of Pentacles, which is the Gemini card to me. And again, that's an air sign. So that's pretty fantastic. You got the King and Queen of Pentacles. So, or the King and Queen of Pentacles. So that's Gemini, Aquarius. You may be one of those signs. The other person may be one of those signs. But again, air signs are intelligent. They're very mental. They think a lot. They're communicative and they're idealistic. And the other possibility we got here is the Page of Pentacles, which for me is the sign of Capricorn. And Capricorn, that is an earth sign. And earth signs are grounded, practical, and stable. So those might be some options to look for this new and wonderful romance that's coming into your life. So that's all I have for pile 2. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up. Let me know how it goes with this situation. If this does pertain to you or you think this pertains to you, please put it in the comments below. And until next time, have a great week. Namaste. Okay, if you chose pile 3 with the Amazonite, these are going to be your messages for the pick a card reading for what is the future of this connection. And an Amazonite, it attracts luck and money, soothes emotional trauma, and assists in manifesting universal love. That's what that crystal means, just in case you're interested. Okay, so for your messages for the reading, we have Navigating by the Stars, Follow Your Bliss from the Sacred Traveler Oracle. These 2 herbal tarot cards I pulled as advice from Spirit, so we'll hold on that for a minute. So for the Rider-Waite general energies for this question, we have the Ten of Wands. We have the Magician. And we have the Three of Wands. So let's look at this card here first. Navigating by the Stars, Follow Your Bliss. This kind of, to me, is very similar to the Moon card in the Rider-Waite deck. It is when you are traveling down a road by moonlight. There are things that you don't see. The moonlight does light the path a little bit, but you're kind of following that path through your instincts alone because you can't see that well. So this card is also saying, in addition to that, you're following your intuition to go down the path. This is saying follow your bliss. So in addition to using your instincts to go down this path, you're using your instincts to follow not only the moon, but your North Star. Your North Star is your passion, right? So it's saying follow your passion, even though you cannot see the whole picture. Don't be afraid to follow your bliss, because the way will be made clear later on. Okay, so for the Rider-Waite, we have the Ten of Wands, and tens are endings and beginnings at the same time. Wands represent adventure, fun, energy, creative ideas, endeavors. So the Ten of Wands just talks about a time when you are overburdened, like you've just taken on too much. And it generally has to do with work. It can have to do with taking on other people's energy, which happens in relationships sometimes. If one person's doing all the giving and the other person has a lot of problems, no judgment. We all have problems in our lives. And sometimes we have a bunch of problems. You know, things just hit all at the same time. Well, the Ten of Wands in a relationship to me means a time when you have taken on so many burdens, and but that is ending, and a new way is, and a new life or a new way is beginning. But it also says that the only way out is through. You're at the end phases of it. However, you got to finish this. You got to finish it. You got to carry these burdens through. So the second card that we have is the Magician, and the Magician is the master manifester. If you notice, he has like, what do you call those things? Like the magic wand. He's waving the magic wand in his hand. But down here he has everything that he needs. He has pentacles, which means if he needs money, he's got money. He's got the cups, so that means he's got emotional support for whatever it is that he wants to do. He's got the swords, so that means that he has the clarity of thought. He has great ideas. He has the mental capacity. And he has wands here, which means he has the energy. He has the enthusiasm. He has the creativity. He has the wherewithal to make it happen. So this is a card of, first of all, knowing what you want, following your bliss, right? The North Star, knowing what it is you want, and also having everything that you can possibly need to make it happen. So the Three of Wands is a really cool card. It's one of my favorites. When you're at the Two of Wands, you have two wands there. It's a very similar looking card. You're looking out on the world and you're deciding what it is that you want to do. The world is huge. It's full of possibilities. I'm looking out on this ocean that goes to everywhere. What is it that I want to do? Well, the Three of Wands is when you have looked out on the vastness of the world, at all the possibilities, and you've decided on one. It's like, yeah, I want this one. I've decided I'm going to take this one, and I'm taking it up and I'm moving forwards. I'm moving forward. So the Three of Wands is the beginning of a new life. It's the beginning of a new adventure. So if the question that we had was, what is the future of this connection? It seems to me that this connection, whoever it's with, whether it's a love relationship, whether it's a business partnership, whether it's a family member, whoever the connection is, you guys are at a phase right now where you're bogged down in some burdens. The burdens have been heavy, but the good news is that's almost over. The only way out is through. You do have to finish up this work that you need to do, whatever it is that you need to do. But when this is over, and it's going to be over very soon, because it's a 10, right? Ending and beginning at the same time. You're moving forward with this new plan that is more your bliss, that takes you out into the world and gives you whatever it is that you want. This is a practical plan. So I don't know if this is already an established relationship. It looks very stable to me. Like already a stable relationship that you're moving forward with. You guys are on the same page. You have a plan together. You know where you want to go, and you're actually going to do it, and it's going to be a really, really, really fun adventure. You're following your bliss together, which is awesome. So let's see what these advice cards from Spirit have to say. So we have the Empress, and we have the Three of Pentacles. So the Three of Pentacles is kind of very similar to this Three of Wands, though the Three of Pentacles is material. It's food, clothing, shelter, money. It's laying a foundation in the material world for your future. And in this case, it's laying a foundation in the material world for this adventure. This is out in the world. This is cool. This is not small town. This is, I have looked at all possibilities. I have looked at it from a broad perspective. The world, I looked at the whole world, and I decided what I wanted to manifest in my life. And now I'm beginning, and I'm beginning with this connection that I have. So we have a great foundation with the financial, with the ideas, with the creative ideas, with the juice, with the energy. We're going forward. That's really awesome. And the Empress card is just the card of abundance. It's a female, it's a female card. It's the card of Earth Mother, right? The Empress. It is actually the card of Mother. So I will say, with all these threes can also indicate babies, right? Mom, dad, and baby. But if it's not that, if it's not living in a world of abundance of your creation and being the Earth Mother and having a wonderful family, it is giving birth to an idea and watching that come to fruition and it being so successful and abundant. That's what the Empress represents. So that is a really good reading, you guys. I'm very excited for you and your connection and where you guys are going. It looks so super healthy, and it looks like you're on your way to having an amazing adventure and maybe even a family, if that's what you want. So that's all I had for pile 3. I wish you all the best. Thank you very much for being here and watching this video. And have a great week. Namaste.